Hey guys, what's up? It's Pemguin here, and today I'm here with...
Hi, my name is Mark. I was playing Subterror Guru today.
And what place did you come with it, Mark?
I got 4th.
Attaboy.
I think it was 3-1. It was like a tie 4 ways for essentially second, but tiebreakers is what did it. Yeah. Alright, so, with the deck, Big Guru, literally the MVP of the deck. The deck is not playable without this guy anymore. On flip summon, he searches anything with Subterror in the name. Unfortunately, it doesn't search the field spell. Hidden City, but we'll get into that afterwards. But he searches Fiendus or Final Battle, which just enables your plays to go through anything. You play 3 Fiendus. This is your hand trap. Now, if you have any Subterror monster on the field, it negates the card activation. It doesn't destroy, but it's an omni-negate. It can negate everything except for counter traps, for obvious reasons.
You tore me apart with that card.
Oh yeah, that was fun.
It was.
So then you play our one-ofs, Subterror, Nemesis, Archer, and Umastrix. I'm always conflicted about Umastrix because you never want to see it in hand, and it doesn't really help in control matchup because it on flip it vanishes, and it's a behemoth, so you can't control any face-up monsters to special summon them. But Archer is the giant rat of the deck. If it gets destroyed and sent to the field, instead of the graveyard story, you essentially search out your Guru and special it in defense. And also, if you have another Subterror monster on the field, you can attack into a defense, a face-down defense position monster, and spin it back to deck at the beginning of damage step. It gets rid of a lot of problem cards.
That's not bad.
No. So then we got our hand trap lineup. I played 3 Ash Blossom, 3 Ghost Ogre. I decided Ogre over Veiler because I'm also playing Impermanence, but it hits a lot more decks right now. It hurts Thunder Dragons. You hit their LP, they're in a bit of a bind. You hit multi-roll, they're in Sky Strikers. It just hits a lot more in my eyes. And then obviously 3 Ash Blossom, it's almost a mandatory at this point. Alright, so into spells. I'm playing essentially the 4 copies of Hidden City. Terraforming because you need more Hidden City. On Hidden City, probably the 2nd best card in the deck because it gets you to Guru. So on activation, you search a Subterror monster, add to your hand, and then usually you search Guru, then set Guru, because Hidden City, while it's on the field, you can activate it, flip a Subterror card, so then you get their flip effects. Also, it has some niche applications. If your opponent doesn't destroy it, and you have face down Subterror, if they attack, you can negate the attack and flip that monster, so you can get their flip effects during damage step. Then you got Pot of Extravagance. You don't play the extra deck very often, so being able to banish 6 to draw 2, especially trying to dig for that Guru, is unparamount. It's definitely it's the best draw for any type of control deck, especially this deck here. Then 3 Duality. You don't special summon a lot, so it's not the worst thing to have in hand. I've only had it a couple times where I sided out when I knew that Fiendus would come in handy. Because you can normal summon Fiendus, use your effect, target yourself, and special summon out a Subterror from hand or grave. It helps with grind game. But yeah, that was the only time that came up when I sided it. But most times it's a play at 3 of, because you can search your Guru, you can search it after you've already summoned your Guru to go into. You can add your hand traps, you can add anything you really need to in that specific scenario. Then you got your one of Cave Clash. I've been debating taking it out, but because you don't want to see it. You want to do it when you know your opponent is relying on the normal summon. Because what you can do is you can activate Cave Clash, have Guru on the field, and Guru's effect, I should have brought this up earlier, it can target a monster on your opponent's side of the field and flip it face down and target a Subterror you control as well. So you target itself and a monster they control flips them both face down. With Cave Clash, and his effect entirely is that if you have a Subterror card that's face up on the field, his effect becomes a quick effect. So you can do it on your opponent's turn. It's really good against Salve and Grace because they rely on the normal summon. So you target him, target the normal summon, flip both of them, and then they're almost pretty much locked out of that turn.
Oh. Don't bring up such dark memories from the past.
Try not to. Alright, so then the trap lineup, playing 3 Final Battle. This card's busted. Why did they print a card with 4 effects on it that sets itself. That doesn't make any sense to me. But all of their effects are useful. First one, flipping it face up, you can get their trigger effects. Second one, flipping face down, then you can flip them face up later on, or it gives your Hidden City live activation when they attack. The third effect to make a Subterror equal to its defense and attack equal to attack and defense combined. That comes up a lot because Strix becomes a 4,700 attacker. Guru becomes 34. Fiendus, you don't want to use it on Fiendus, but then you also have Nemesis Archer becomes 3k. This is huge, and the last one actually comes up a lot, especially with Call by the Grave. Because if you have Fiendus and they Call by the Grave, and you chain this for its 4th activation, your Fiendus will still be banished, but the effect is not negated. That comes up a lot more than I'd want to admit.
That's amazing, actually.
So Crackdown, 3 copies. I was trying around 2 copies, but 3 copies is way too strong. I remember I was playing in Necroz, and they brought out Vanity's, was it Vanity's Fiend? And I just crackdowned it and took it, because I don't special summon. It doesn't matter too much for me. So that was pretty spicy. But it really comes up, and you can link it off. Really disrupt your opponent's plays. 3 there can only be 1. This card is really good up against a lot of the meta right now. I was thinking about playing Summon Limit, but even if you're forced to go second, this card is very, very strong because it can break boards that have already been made and force your opponent into spots that they don't want to be in.
Hate that card.
Like, for instance, Salmon Greats, they're locked into 1 Cybers. Luckily, the opponent I went up against, he top decked Twin Twisters like a madman.
It was me.
And it was great, but besides that, it came up a lot. The only one that didn't work in was Necroz, because they're all different types. Then you got 3 copies of Impermanence. This card is too good not to play 3 of. The only time I didn't play it was when I knew my opponent was probably going to bring out Denko, because that sucks. So it's really good, locks out the zone if you set it, and it's not dead if you draw it going first. And the final one, 3 Judgment. Thank you for giving us 3, but don't give us 3. This card is ridiculous. Why is it at 3? It's not a good reason. The only thing that I wish I probably should have played, if I wanted to, I'd probably take out 1 copy of Crackdown and the Cave Clash and put in 2 strikes. Because I found, like, if I drew into this second turn, if they had a monster activation, I couldn't activate it because it's only summons and spell and traps. And it's the only activations, so unfortunately that's all I can do. Alright, so the Extravagance extra deck. I played mostly super poly targets, so I played 2 Chimera and 2 copies of Salmon Breaks, Violet Chimera.
So technically you play four Chimeras in this deck.
Technically. Chimera comes up a bit more often if you're going second, because you can super poly during your turn and then go for the kill, but Chimera is better going first, because it's just getting monsters off the field, right? That's for Salmon Greats. I played 2 copies of Starving Venom Fusion, because Darks are a hindrance right now. So the best thing I can do is have some targets. I'm probably going to bump these up to 3. I just need to get my 3rd copy. Now we have, for the strange matchups, we have Dragon Necro, Fortress Dragon, and Mud Dragon of the Swamp. Now obviously I need to get a copy of Fusion. Was it Fortress? Chimeratech Fortress Dragon, I believe? No, that's Chimeratech Fortress Dragon. Mega Fleet, that's the one. So I need to get Mega Fleet, so then this could be live more. This is for a single person that I hate playing against. He just plays zombies, and it's really hard to deal with him, so that's a really good out. This is for the mirror, because all the gurus are Earth, but they're all different types. So you can bring him out, and he's a worm, so he doesn't actually interact with anything else. So you can still keep it underneath, there can only be 1. And this would have helped a lot during the the Necroz matchup, but I'm probably going to have to put in more. I'm also thinking about putting in Dracostopelia, because it's going to help versus Pen Magicians. Now we got our Link lineup. We got Phoenix, Unicorn. That's the only nightmares I have. I was going to try and play Cerberus, but it doesn't come up enough, because I can deal with monsters fine. It's just spell and trap is really hard to just deal with. Also, it forces negations if I have it. We have Hayate and 2 Linkuriboh. Linkuriboh helps me play underneath Border, because Fiendus is level 1. So I can normal summon Fiendus, link it to Linkuriboh, and still have plays to do. And Hayate is for linking off Sky Striker pieces. Because if I can take their piece, go into Hayate, they don't get their effect for Ray and Grave. And I can also punch over anything for 1500. And the last card is a Sakiboro Sword.
Oh god.
Usually used for Crackdown. Most of these were used for Crackdowns if they weren't weren't fusion monsters. So like Crackdown monsters, and then link into a big boy for game. So that's the side extra deck. And for sides, mostly it's for going second, because this deck does not go well going second. Now you load your deck up with hand traps to kind of mitigate that, but still it's not the best. 3 Pankratops, why wouldn't you? It's a free special, it pops a card, it's 2600. That essentially tells itself.
God card.
3 Veiler. I usually take out my impermanents for Veiler going second, mostly for the fact that if anyone's playing right now, they're probably going to play some copy of Denko or Back Row Disruption. So being able to have Veiler, especially for that Denko, is paramount, because then you can activate your traps on their turn, because it just targets a card, so they don't have to activate anything. 3 Super Poly. One of the reasons you play the deck, it can load up its extra deck with Super Poly targets and just blow up the field from there. The only downside is the discard. Guru, most of their cards, they want to have those cards in hand or have availability, but the strength of this card is just unparamounted, so it's fine to play it. 3 Twin, like I said earlier, the deck doesn't have a lot of back row removal, so being able to play in put this inside against either a mirror or like Draco, which is our hardest matchup, you gotta have it. And 3 copies of Evenly Matched. The worst matchup for us is mostly just Widow Anchor screws us over in Sky Strikers. Dracos turn everything off, so being able to sack the field, bring it back to a condensed game state, is Guru shines once you can take control of everything. And that's it.
Alright, well thanks a lot for doing the profile, Mark.
No problem, man. Anytime.
Alright, and I'll see you guys later on.